divine guidance is it's always present. And is that if you follow it, it usually aligns with the universal laws. It usually steers you in the right direction. So I decided in the middle of the week that I was going to change the theme. Okay? And I was going to change the talks. And so I did that. Denny over there had different things written down, and I had to go in and change them all, because we were talking for the first 2 weeks about being your badass self. Okay? It's based on a book about being a badass. And I thought 2 weeks of that was enough. So I decided to continue the flow, but just shift it a little. We're going to be living from our power. We are powerful creators of our universal experiences. We are expressing the divine as us. That's what we're doing. So this whole month, the rest of this month, we're going to finish we're going to go into the meaning of the acronym POWER. I love acronyms. So we're going to really get into what that really means. And to understand the concept of living from a place of absolute power within us. We are powerful beings. Nobody might have told you that growing up, but we are powerful beings. We are creators. We came here to express the divine. We came here to live our lives from this moment, in every moment, in the most beautiful way that we can do. So I'm going to go to these words of Ernest Holmes and how it happens. I don't know anything about what the first practitioner here is going to be reading from. Same book. So one mind, right? One mind, God's mind, my mind now. So these words are from Ernest Holmes, who wrote with Raymond Charles Barker this: the power of the infinite is at our disposal. We have as much to use as we know how to take. But the taking is a thing of thought. The will, the imagination, is a thing of an inward feeling or an interior awareness. That in that place where the mind has unified itself with the living spirit, that is what we all have within us, this living spirit. When we can do what Holmes says, when we realize that we have access to an infinite power through our thoughts, our imagination. Very powerful. Don't tell children not to use their imagination. You tell them they need to daydream, because that daydream is creating. Every thought we have, every emotion we have is creating. The law of attraction is always taking what we speak and what we feel and bringing it back as experience in our lives. And when we live from that place of divine power, our lives tend to fall into place, even though sometimes it doesn't look that way. That's what faith is. Believing it's that way no matter what is taking place in our lives. Our hearts are filled with more joy and more purpose. Our relationships are stronger and deeper, and we live more fully our dreams. That may sound like a tall order, like, yeah, right, okay. Now I gotta go back to trying to pay this bill or trying to get through this relationship or whatever it is, this situation. But you know what? When you bring the divine into every situation, I can't even tell you how it empowers you to stand in your own authenticity. You stand as an authentic person of power, right here, right now. But if we don't believe that, we set aside skepticism, we set it aside, and even past experiences, because that might tell us it isn't true. We're just sitting here, we're being open and receptive. And from that place, this whole month, we are going to really move into the place of possibility. Infinite possibility. All we have to have is a little window of willingness to allow that divine good to flow through us. And as I say, these are not just words. These are, in fact, the basis, the foundation of our power. And we are, each and every one of us, powerful. The possibility of your life falling more easily into place. Your heart being filled with greater joy. Your relationships being stronger and deeper. And your dreams become your living daily word. So are you willing to make that deal right now? Yes. That's what I need to know. Just a few of you are. Okay, well, those of you who would like to join me, then I want you to, let's see. If you're serious about that, oh yeah, this is this whole thing I gotta do. I write these things and I forget what I wrote. But that's okay, because the Holy Spirit knows exactly what I'm supposed to say. So this is a little exercise we're gonna do here. And you can stay in your seats for this one. Jackie has us rocking and rolling all over the place, so we're gonna sit in our seats for this one. So if you're serious about this challenge and you wanna take this pledge, raise your hand. Okay, so everybody wants to do this. That's good. So what we're going to do is right now raise our right hand and place the left hand on the imaginary Science of Mind textbook. It's right there in front of you. You just, you know, it's like magic, but it's there. Okay, and I'd like you to repeat after me. I pledge to set aside any skepticism.
I pledge to set aside any skepticism
for the remainder of this month.
For the remainder of this month.
And to be open and believing.
And to be open and believing.
In the possibility.
In the possibility.
Of having my life fall into place.
Of having my life fall into place.
My heart is filled with joy and purpose.
My heart is filled with joy and purpose.
My relationships are stronger and deeper.
My relationships are stronger and deeper.
And my dreams I live daily.
And my dreams I live daily.
To these possibilities I hereby pledge.
To these possibilities I hereby pledge.
And breathe that in. Awesome. Now we've taken care of that part. We're all on the same page. We've pledged to just be open and receptive. Right now, today. That's all we have to be, is open and receptive. And we'll see how the universe conspires for our highest good, because it always does. So we're going to take that word P-O-W, like I said, power, as that acronym. And today's part of that is passion and purpose. We're going to talk about passion and purpose. Two sides, by the way, of the same coin. Confused about the purpose of your life? Many of us are. Like, oh yeah, right. Okay, what am I supposed to be doing? You know? It's simple. It is so simple. Be the most authentic you that you can be. That's the purpose of your life. God doesn't have to repeat itself. The divine does not have to make duplicates. Nobody is alike. Everybody has their own uniqueness to express authentically. Authentically. Meister Eckhart, a 13th century philosopher and mystic, said this: let God be God in you. That's what you need to do. And you do that by opening the heart. By opening the heart to that infinite good, and open that mind to the wisdom that will flow through you. Your purpose does not need to be linked with a specific job. That's not your whole purpose at all. Or doing any particular thing, or to achieving a certain this or a certain that. It's simply about becoming the best possible you. Only you know. Only you really know how you are to show up in life and stand in your truth. You just stand in your truth. I don't care what anyone else tells you or tries to make you believe. It's not your truth. You know when it's your truth because that's the authentic self and it feels right. Didn't say it always feels comfortable, but it feels right. It's about growing, stretching, and learning how to freely allow yourself to express who you are without anyone else's input. Thank you very much. So you can confidently and generously share the love of who you really are. Your thoughts, your ideas, your creativity, your inspiration, and the highest vibration that you can be, because that is what affects others. It's you showing up as you and vibrating in that authenticity. Your purpose is always about what you can bring to this planet by being your most authentic self. So I'd like you to say this after me. My purpose is to bring myself to this planet.
My purpose is to bring myself to this planet.
Should have been best self. So let's say that again. My best self.
My best self.
That's right, our best self to this planet. My purpose is to live from divine power.
My purpose is to live from divine power.
That's right. And it is an important purpose because both this planet and your soul needs you to radiate your most highest, optimum love, peace, and happiness in thoughts, in words, and in action. That's what this world needs. You want peace in this world? We have to be that peace. We want to take inspired action? We take that inspired action. Whether it be political or human rights, we take that action from that place of authenticity, not from a place of complete anger, even though it's very easy to get involved in anger. It's very easy. But we bring ourselves back and say, what am I solving with that resentment and that anger? I'm not going to heal anything with that. But still, we take inspired action, always. And I want to share with you one of Mike Dualies' notes from the universe. If any of you get this, it's TUT, and you can go online and sign up for this. And all these inspirational messages come every day. And I like to share one with you. But I want to assign you a part in it. So when I give you the signal, my signal will be, okay? When I do that, yell out your name. Only when I do that. Nice and loud. So, good job.
Stay open.
All right. That was a practice. I wanted to make sure you were paying attention. So here it goes. This is what Mike Dooley wrote. Of course it's true, everyone's born with a gift. One that will allow them to fill a special place in the universe that absolutely no one else can fill. A blessing that makes all other blessings fail in comparison. A gift of incalculable value to the entire world when it's uncovered, explored, and embraced. What is yours, you ask? What is yours? Being
Jackie.
Tally-ho the universe, because that's the way he signs it. And that's the blessing that we bring to the entire world. Being the best, whatever your name is, that you can be. The best. Doing the best we can with whatever we have in any given moment, because as Don Miguel Ruiz always says, that changes from day to day, from moment to moment. Our best is always different. So we do our best. And that is your purpose in life. People are searching and wondering, what's my purpose? What's I don't have a purpose? We all have a purpose. We all have a purpose. Maybe it's showing kindness. That's a beautiful way to express a higher vibration. So I read this book somewhere, and this quote stuck out. I'm here for a purpose, and that purpose is to grow into a mountain, not to shrink to a grain of sand. Henceforth, will I apply all my effort to become the highest mountain of all. And I will strain my potential until it cries for mercy. And then Persian poet Rumi put that in a little gentler way. He said, feel yourself being quietly drawn by the deeper pull of what you truly love. Feel that pull. You know what I'm talking about when you get that? All the musicians know. Any of you that are musicians or writers and artists, there's a pull. There's a pull that takes you. So feel that and be the best that you can be. When you are living from that deep pull of what you truly love, you are living your heart's desires or passions. That's what you're doing. And also you are living your life's purpose. You're living your life's purpose. And it is what you desire, truly. Because that pull, I remember getting it a few times, and you try to shrink back from it, but it won't let go. So you either follow it and go through all the change that occurs, which can be unpleasant, but the result is you're living your magnificent self, or you can stay and shrink back and be that grain of sand in which you're playing really small. I'm inviting us all to know that we can play any size we want to play. Here's an example of that. There once was a businessman who was sitting on the beach in a small Brazilian village. As he sat, he saw a Brazilian fisherman rowing a small boat toward the shore and having caught quite a few fish. The businessman was impressed, and he asked the fisherman, "How long does it take you to catch so many fish?" And the fisherman replied, "Oh, just a short while." "Well, why don't you stay out there longer and catch more fish?" "This is enough to feed my whole family," the fisherman said. The businessman then asked, "So what do you do for the rest of your day?" The fisherman replied, "Well, I usually wake up early in the morning, go out fishing, and catch my fish. Then I come back, play with my kids, and take a nap with my wife in the afternoon. And then at night I go out with my friends and I play the guitar and sing and dance." The businessman then said to the fisherman, "I have a PhD in business management. I could help you become a more successful person. So from now on, you should spend more time at the sea, in the sea, and catch more fish, as many as you can. When you've saved enough money, you could buy a bigger boat and catch even more fish." Think about this in America, and maybe you were brought up with this kind of thing. "Soon you will be able to afford to buy even more boats and set up your own company and your own production plant for canned foods and distributions. And by then, you will have moved out of the country, the village, into the big city, where you can set up headquarters to manage your other branches." The fisherman asked, "After that, what?" The businessman laughed heartily. "After that, you can live like a king in your own house. And when the time is right, you can go public and float your own shares in the stock exchange, and you will be rich." The fisherman asked, "And after that, what?" The businessman said, "After that, you can finally retire, and you can move to a house in the village. You can wake up in the morning and go out and catch fish. You can come home and then hug your family, take a nap in the afternoon with your wife, and then at night you could go out and you could play with your friends and make music and dance." How many people were brought up with that kind of reality? Whoa, what happened to the in-between? Now, I come from a different country, although you can't tell it by my accent. I come from a different country, and the culture is different. Then you come to America, the land of great opportunities. But I tell you right now, I have to say this, I'm very grateful my mother forced me to become a citizen at 13. I'm very glad in this climate. But anyway, back to this. In this country, though, and I really wasn't brought up with this, it's like you gotta make it big, you gotta be rich, you gotta fill your days, you gotta do all this stuff. And no one's really living life. No one's sitting around having a conversation over a meal, taking a lunch and having coffee, and napping in the afternoon. Hello? Wasting your time. No. So this tells us that there's so much more to life that no one ever revealed to us. But this is what your heart desires. That's what I'm encouraging us to follow. To follow. Not what your head thinks. People think, oh, if it comes from the head, then it's absolutely the right way to be. I'm saying no. I'm saying if it comes from your heart, that's the right place to be. Let your heart guide you. Let your heart guide you. We are here to unfold a cosmic destiny, not just make little bubbles and waves. That was Michael Bernard Beckwith that said that. We are each here really by divine appointment. And we're all here for a sacred purpose, whether we realize it or not, we are. Our lives are to be used for something beautiful, something good, something holy. Can you believe that? Can you?
Yes.
Good. There is no God, by the way, out there waiting for you to give you this joy, this love, this peace, this abundance, this prosperity. It's already present within each and every one of us. But it's for us, our purpose is to tap into it, to tap into that which is already present within us. And so I'd like to end this talk with a little meditation. This is from Ernest Holmes' Science of Mind textbook. It's called The Power to Live. Very short. So just take a deep breath. Just breathe it in. Breathe it in this whole morning because this is a high energy morning. Oh, yeah. Woo. I have the power to live the life of good. My power is from on high and it cannot be taken from me. It will not leave me desolate. Power flows through me and is me. And I can now feel and sense it. Just breathe that in. The power to live is in me and it cannot desert me. It is my power and is continuously present. I am a powerful being of light. So, as we go through the week, as we leave this room, let's bring these concepts, these spiritual tools with us, and please use them. Use them. They're to be used. Even when the situations come up and you feel the emotion, and you feel the disturbance and the anger, just know at that same time you're honoring your human self to feel those feelings. There is a divine presence within you that is more powerful than any person, any situation, any of it. There is that power, and that's for us to develop, to really learn, to live with that passion, with that sense of purpose. You got up this day, as Harold so beautifully said. You got up this day, and that means you are here to express even more of your authentic self. So, just remember that the universe, God, always conspires for our very highest and best good. Yes. So it is.